So, John, lovely to be chatting with you today, and very much looking forward to hearing from you alongside John Seddon on the 3rd of June. But I thought we'd just have a little chat today about your perspectives on lean and perhaps some of the lesser known and perhaps misused concepts that you see. Just wondered if you wanted to say a few more words about that.
Yes, well, first of all, I'm absolutely delighted to participate in a session with both Deming and John Seddon, both of whom I'm big fans of. So this is a great opportunity for me. Yeah. So, and I think both John Seddon and I have been long-term fans of Deming. So. Okay, so I thought that that I would like to fit this around the idea of Deming's profound knowledge. So the four ideas of Deming's profound knowledge. Of course, Deming's 14 points are also highly relevant to lean both today and in the future. But I think to look at those 14 points would uh, uh, be much more time consuming than we have
Yeah.
here today. But anyway, in particular, I thought that I wanted to focus on some of the lesser known aspects. Uh, but I should perhaps begin by saying that on the Deming Alliance website, you have two absolutely excellent papers there I I'm assuming or hoping that people have read them because they are just superb. So I give a little plug for those two really excellent papers that you find on your website. But and of course, there's overlap between what those people are saying and what I'll be talking about. But really, I wanted to talk about uh, how the ideas of Muda and later on Muri and Mura sort of came about. So because there's been a heck of a lot of attention over the years on Muda. In fact, in Womack in Womack and Jones's book Lean Thinking, the first sentence is Muda. It's the one Japanese word that you've got to understand, or something like that. But actually, in that whole book, there's almost nothing about Muri and Mura. So about variation and overburden. And of course, those are also topics that are very strongly aligned with Deming. So uh, I wanted to try and emphasize that, and in particular, talking about how they interrelate uh, through something that I sort of discovered years ago, which is Kingman's equation. So I'm a big fan of also Kingman's equation, and I think it also has relevance, I believe, to John Seddon's work. So yeah. Anyway,
Fantastic. Tell us a little bit more about Kingman's equation.
well. Kingman's equation really is an equation about queuing. So, and why are we interested in queues is because queues are really at the heart of lean. So the reduction in lead time, but also things in the service industry, annoying customers and taking up space, but also the big impact on queues on quality, really. So, but Kingman's equation ties these things together. So arrival variation and process variation, and also overburden or overload. So Kingman's equation is actually a non-linear equation. So and I think that people get caught out by the non-linear nature
Mm.
of that. So
Yeah.
particularly when you get into high levels of utilization and so on, you're on to a very dicey kind of situation. So
Yeah.
anyway, we've got this little dice game, which I hope shows that up uh, quite nicely. I hope. Anyway,
Oh, fantastic. We love a game. That sounds fantastic, John. Very, very much looking forward to your session. And thank you so much for joining me today. That's lovely.
well,
Thank you.